folks, welcome to LexCIS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by a faculty, Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? Assam Chief Minister on Pakistan's scare narrative with regard to your Brahmaputra River and trying to play the China card on India with regard to the Brahmaputra River. We will be seeing as to how, in the aftermath of your terror activity carried on in Indian soil by your Pahalgam terror attack, India gave a befitting reply with Operation Sindoor and has also suspended Indus Water Treaty. Now, when we are trying to do this, Pakistan is trying to pressurize India by using its China card on trying to pressurize India's Assam and Arunachal Pradesh with your Brahmaputra. For which your Assam Chief Minister has told, yes, let them do what they want. In fact, if they reduce it, it can reduce the flooding. And we are not entirely dependent on them. Second thing is, your China has been known to be heavily constructing your dams, reservoirs, electricity projects on such large scale level that it is affecting the water bodies and the lower riparian states. So, is there a potential threat that China has on India, and if so, how can India mitigate it? Look at this. How much of Brahmaputra's water in Assam comes from Tibet? We will be seeing based on your transboundary river system. Look at this. Pakistan dreams of Brahmaputra payback using China against India. Northeast is not vulnerable to China water control, says Assam's CM. What exactly is happening here? Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has held that 65 to 70% of Brahmaputra's water is generated within India, and even if China were to reduce water flow, it might actually help in mitigating annual floods in Assam. So the Chief Minister has held this. We will see what the ground realities are. First, with respect to Brahmaputra, we can consider it as the lifeline of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. It originates as Yarlung Tsangpo in Tibet and enters India in Geling in Arunachal Pradesh. It is called Siang in Arunachal Pradesh and Jamuna in Bangladesh. What is China planning to do in here? First and foremost, China is trying to create, with respect to your Brahmaputra, it is trying to create a minimal storage Chinese infrastructure which will be far upstream of Arunachal Pradesh, which will not have much impact on Arunachal Pradesh. Understanding? That is first thing. Second thing, the issue or the major concern that we are having here, I am using the word major concern. See, China is known to have active participation with respect to your hydroelectricity power projects. One such is your planned Medog or Motau hydropower project. It is a massive dam in Medog country near the Great Bend or the U Bend we call it, before it comes to your Arunachal Pradesh. See, first and foremost, we do not have much official data on this Medog project because China obviously won't share any. But based on what we have been seeing and based on the experts, this is such a large, ambitious project with a generation capacity of 60,000 megawatts will be generated from this, making this as the largest hydropower facility. The generation capacity of this project will be 3 times that of your Yangtze or your Three Gorges Dam on your Yangtze River. Presently, this is the world's largest hydropower station. If this happens, there are a lot of difficulties that we can see. There will be a possibility. See, when you change the natural course of a river or a river body, possible landslides can happen, riverine flora and fauna can get affected, the natural biodiversity can get affected. Yes or no? So, China is very much known to do that, and also one more trait of this is it won't share the data. This massive multi-decade project that your China has, one more is your South-North Water Diversion Project, wherein it wants to route all the water from Yarlung Tsangpo to the other dry northern regions. This might pose an impact on India. But again, if you see with respect to Brahmaputra River, what is actually the yield generated in India? If you see with respect to the yield, the portion of India is 34.2%, but it contributes more than 80% of Brahmaputra's yield, and it makes it even more than your Tibetan Autonomous Region. Tibetan Autonomous Region is more of a dry or a scanty rainfall region. When I say dry or scanty rainfall, because it receives an annual of 300 mm of rainfall annually compared to India's 2317 mm of rain on an average. Even in the lowest places, we get 1800 mm. Understanding? So, if you see the rainfall in Brahmaputra basin, Meghalaya is 5.7%, Nagaland is 5.6, Sikkim is 3.6, Arunachal Pradesh is 42.57, West Bengal is 5.9, and Assam is 36.47%. So, can the upstream interventions reduce the Brahmaputra's flow? On a large, if you take with respect to this present scenario with respect to Arunachal Pradesh, no, not anything major. But if you see on the whole, look at this. It can affect the river morphology, the actual natural course it takes. Possibilities of dam failures, landslides, earthquakes are higher. And it can have a major consequence on the riverine flora, fauna, thus affecting the biodiversity, entry of your invasive species. So even if China is to do that, what can be the mitigation strategy for India? First, storage on rivers to absorb the variations, flooding and your period of reduced flow, both has to be taken into account. Second thing is, the example that we can take is your Upper Siang project, where it not only generates the power but also it stores, which will act as a buffer during the flows, okay, and during the variations. If you see, your National Water Development Authority has held that why don't we try interlinking of rivers, which will connect Brahmaputra and tributaries of Ganga basin. How? Manas Sankosh Tista Ganga link, which will join the Manas, tributary of Brahmaputra, to the Ganga through Sankosh and Tista. That is first one. Second is Jogigopa Tista Faraka link. It will join Brahmaputra at Jogigopa Barrage and Ganga at the Faraka Barrage. So through this, what we can do is, we can make sure that the impact, no matter what China takes, we can reduce from the flooding areas water diversion to the water scanty areas. So for a both side, it will be a win-win, and the third win is it doesn't have to be worried about whatever your China takes a decision. So what can the steps India take to mitigate any stress that might come from your China card, which Pakistan hopes to do? First is take a multidisciplinary scientific studies with regard to making a proper preparedness strategy, and also on a diplomatic level seek hydrological and project related data so as to manage your advanced warning and disaster preparedness, and also develop a comprehensive data sharing model with China. Understanding? So these are some of the steps that India can take, even if Pakistan will actualize to make your China card work. With this, we come to the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it along with your friends. Thank you.